Hi, crafty friends. Mary here. Um, Working on my card for Craft Roulette, number 90th episode. The parameters call for a British card. I'm going to actually create a British card. I've never created a British card. And I'm not a fan of fancy foes or fun foes, but this one looked interesting and not super complicated, and I wanted to try my hand at creating one. So I already scored my card, but before I actually fold it, I'm going to stencil my background. I looked through my stash of inks, and I don't really have a lot of colored inks. I'm definitely one of those people that prefers to do coloring with other mediums than ink. I have my distress inks, but even in distress inks, I don't really. These are the two colors that I can think of that are the closest to a mint, and they're not really a mint. I would call this one more of a teal. There is another one that I recently picked up on clearance or not clearance, but on sale at Joann's. This one, but it's actually pretty close to this Savage Patina, and it's just a little lighter or darker. I don't know. I did it with the pad over here. This is the Savage Patina, and this is the Pool Party. So it definitely feels a little lighter, and it does look more teal than mint. Mint to me calls for a little bit more green. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this and this. This is evergreen brown, and maybe see if that gives me more of a green mint color. So that's where I'm going because that's what I have on hand. And for my pink, I'm going with pink raspberry because that's the pinkest pink I have. I don't have anything lighter or pinker. So yeah, so I'm going to stencil my background with this stencil, and this stencil is from Paper Rose. It's a Paper Rose stencil, and I had the envelope over here somewhere, but I can't find it right now, but um, I'll link it in my blog post. So I'm going to stencil, how am I going to do this? I'm going to stencil it with, I want it to be really subtle. I'm going to stencil it with, I think with the Savage Patina. No, the pick raspberry. But I'm going to do it really light. Ha ha ha. I say that now, but you know that I'm very heavy-handed with my stencil brush. But I'm going to try stenciling, and I'm going to start here at the end. I'm going to stencil it with, what was I going to say? I can't think. Can't do two things at one time. I'm going to try it with, out. Actually, I'm going to start over here and then work my way towards me. I'm going to try to stencil it with, do I start with a half a letter, or I want to kind of have, yeah, like something like that. So I have at the beginning, at the top, and at the bottom, partial letters. Oh, without inking, and see if there's anything left in my brush, and see what that gives me. Is there anything? Fairly. See how that looks. Yeah, you see, I just want like a shadow. Actually, a smaller brush would probably be better. So this week's parameters were not bad. I think they were pretty, I mean, other than the brush card, which I think everybody kind of initially freaked out about. Or with the other parameters, stencil, that's doable. Mint and pink. That seems to be a pretty popular Christmas color recently. I've seen a lot of paper pads and merchandise with that color tone. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, I like that. And big words. Big words. I've always, I'm going to use a die. But I love adding big words to my cards, because, especially the front of my cards, because they take up a lot of real estate. So it makes designing the front of your cards really easy. And even the inside of your cards, if you have a stamp that has a big word sentiment, or, you know, or like a font, a sentiment that has like multiple fonts in it, so you have like one big word or one sentence in a big word in a big font, and then the alternating font for the rest of the sentiment, that adds interest and it takes up more room inside. And I'm terrible at the insides. I'm not a writer. I just don't, you know, don't go on and on inside my cards. Okay, I'm going to try to turn this in. Nope. Let's do it the other way. Let's move the stencil and continue on the other way. Because I like that. You see, it's faint. It's not too in your face, so to speak. Okay, so Christmas. Line up the Christmas here, up here. And then shift the paper so that the rest of the... is that good? That looks good. Flip it over so I could... Another alternative, you know, if not for this challenge, because this challenge calls for a stencil, but if you didn't have a stencil and you wanted to recreate this card on your own, you could use, and you have a computer, you could create, you know, you could just type up Merry or anything you want to say, fa la la, ho ho ho, and run it through your printer on a whole sheet of paper, you know, whole sheet of cardstock in any color you want, and you print it out, and then cut your paper to size, and you get, if you're doing an A2 card, you end up with 2 cards, for, you know, in that one sheet of paper. So okay, so that's good, right? I like that. So nice and not too pronounced. Okay, now I have another stencil that I want to do just on the, I think on the inside of my card. I'm going to use this stencil by the Crafters Workshop, and it's called Mini Evergreens. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the big one. Am I going to do the big one, or am I going to, do I want to go across my border? Maybe. Let's try it. I'm going to do across the board. I'm going to go across the seam. So the part that's going to go on the L, I'm going to do a cross in the center. I'm going to do the big tree, and I'm going to use combination of these two inks. I'm going to start with the lighter ink. And now I'm going to add darker. And shift it. See how that looks? Not bad, right? Yeah. So now I'm going to do another one. Another big one over here. Yeah, another big one over here. Do the same thing. That's the paper underneath this moving. And now there. And then this one I'm gonna take up, because there's gonna be a reindeer in the middle, so you're not gonna see it, but I'm gonna put it up on top. And this one I'm just gonna use this darker green. Like that. Just give the illusion that it's all you won't be able to see that. So I kind of like that. Do I want to do a little one over here? I think I'm going to do a little one over here. And a little one over here. There we go. Okay, so we're done with that. And I think we are done with the inks also. We'll see. Okie dokie. Let me clean the... Sorry for the chalkboard. Okay, let's fold this card. Do I have any? Oh, I have ink, green ink on my fingers. Let me clean that off. Okay, so now this is going to be my bridge. It's going to be a gate. And the inside of the gate is going to have a reindeer. This reindeer is from Art Gone Wild. Art's Gone Wild, I think. Yeah, where's the... Yeah. Oh no, it's Dare to Be Artsy. It's Dare. He's the reindeer from Dare to Be Artsy. I just they had a good deal on the weekend of Black Friday, and I picked up the die because I picked him up 2 years ago, 2019, at the expo here in the Chicago area, because I fell in love with him. He's so cute. And I thought, well, I can cut him with my scan and cut. But for some reason, my scan and cut has always had a problem with the antlers. And even the little pom-pom, as you can see, sometimes it cuts around the pom-pom, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it cuts around the antlers. So I was having really frustrating time with this stamp, and I really liked them, and I was cutting a lot of them. So I decided to invest in the die because it was a good deal. So I have to kind of do a little surgery here to make him, to clean up all the little bits and pieces that the scan and cut didn't cut correctly. And these are leftovers from last year that I cut out last year. I did a really cute project last year with him. I have it hanging on in my craft room. I'll have to take a picture. I never did post it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue two of them together, and this will give him more I was gonna more stability, but he's gonna be, because I'm gonna not glue him straight to the back. I'm gonna plop him up so he has a little bit of dimension. So right now I'm just fussy cutting around some of the areas that the scanning cut did not cut quite to the line. I don't know if this is one of the batches that I cut leaving a border, trying to make it, you know, the scan and cut behave. I'm going to pause the video because you don't want to see me cut this apart, and glue him to him, and then color him, and come back when he's glued onto my card. So until a little while, I will be back to continue making the card. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so I colored my reindeer. Isn't he cute? I love his eyes and his little tongue sticking out. Or her, because I colored her in pink and green hat. Or him. So, and I popped them up, and I left the hat uncolored because I'm going to add what do you call it? Stickles. Once the card is done, so I can let it dry overnight. So now I am going to add the element, the bridge element that holds it together, which is the fence. And before I die cut, I added double-sided score tape onto part of both of the ends so that I could glue it easier. So I'm going to remove those now and align my piece. And this fence is by, I'll show you the packaging in a minute. One of the little antennas is a little, maybe I'll just fold it up a little like that so it doesn't keep so the fence is by oh, here's the paperwork, penny black, and it actually measures 5.5, so it's a perfect fit. And it's called Pretty Picket. Pretty Picket. So the next step is I want to put, I have this Mary die. I'm going to put it on both of the sides. And this is an MFT die called Stacked Mary. And I die cut it twice. I backed it with double-sided adhesive once again so that gluing it or sticking it down is easy. And before I stick it down, I'm going to ink it with my pink, my pink raspberry. And let's see if I have enough to give it the light coat that I want to give it. Do the other side. So now I'm going to peel. think I took all these. I may alter the die a little bit. Okay. That's it. So I think I'm gonna glue the antlers so that they don't glue them up here like this. There we go. Isn't that cute? I like it. Now let's put some stickers on his little hat. There we go. And I think that's my card. My first bridge card. I have to put more glue on there. Where's my glue? What did I do with the glue? Oh, there it is. Can't even see if there's any glue coming out. Yeah, I did. And where is the powder? I want to get rid of any adhesive on the back side of these little letters. Good. I just stuck my finger in the stickles. It never fails. Never fails. That's it. That is my card. So let's see. Did I get all my elements? Bridge card. I should have made his nose red, but I'm not calling him Rudolph for the purposes of this card. Should do Christmas over here. Merry, Merry Christmas. Let me find a Christmas stamp and die cut it and put it on the fence. And then call it done. Yeah, this I could do with this one. I think this is a what color? Oh yeah, it's gonna have to be pink. Can I get it out of this paper? No, this one's done. We have the back of this paper. I think we can do something. back and put our Christmas there. Run it through. Easy peasy. And we get a little get rid of I could use those tiny letters for another project if I don't lose them. And now peel the back off of this and glue it right, oh yeah, glue it right to the fence. Let's glue it cockeyed. And we'll treat the back of it. Oh, I like that. We'll treat the back of it with the with this so that it doesn't stick to anything. No glue on the back. Perfect. Perfect. A little glue there. Isn't that cute? I like that. There's my card. Thanks for stopping by my channel to watch this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button